Bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. I hope that you are doing well. This is Deep from French with Deep. So today we are gonna study, learn and understand articles. So articles play a very important role in French, and if a person, even at advanced level, tends to commit a mistake while using articles, so he is considered as a beginner. So, if you want to become proficient in French, it's essential to have an in depth understanding of the articles, and also in French each we are gonna study. So we are gonna start with les articles définis and les articles indéfinis. It means definite and indefinite articles. First of all, let us take an overview. In French, all nouns have a gender. What does it mean? It simply means that all the nouns, let us take a car, let us take a house, let us take a pen. So it has a gender. What does it mean? It means it is either masculine or feminine. So for example, before continuing, let us take one example. So in French, house is feminine, whereas a pen is masculine. So we'll try to understand in this video. So stick with it. Let's start. So we have that all nouns have a gender and number. So number, if a number is singular or plural, so its article varies. So in English we generally omit articles, but in French we don't. Okay, now let us study further. Now let us take the case of indefinite articles. Okay, before continuing, I want to give you a golden tip. So even after understanding, learning the various articles, people tend to commit a mistake. Now in my class I often see students committing mistake, and I only give them one rule of thumb. Try to understand this thing. If you are able to understand, you won't commit an error regarding the usage of articles in French. So suppose, and this also works for English as well, suppose I have a thing, let us say I have a car. Now I introduce it, I say it is a car. So now it means it could be any car. So when I'm introducing it, so I use the indefinite article like a and an in French. So it could be it is a car. Now I have introduced the car. Now I will explain it. Now from the slide we're gonna review. So first of all, let us take the case of indefinite article. So indefinite article is like in English we use a and some. So they introduced unspecified, so non-specific or single countable item. We're gonna try to understand in the forthcoming examples. So we have three forms of an indefinite article in French. So for masculine and singular we use un. Try to learn its pronunciation. It's un. And for feminine and singular it is une. It is une. And for both genders, but if it's plural, then it is they. And also if we want to say some, so we use they. So this is regarding indefinite articles. Now we are gonna make some sentences to broaden your horizons. Now the first sentence is I see a dog. So we haven't introduced a dog. We don't know who this dog is. So generally we tend to use the indefinite article. So we say je vois un chien. Je vois un chien. It means I see a dog. So here let me explain more. So here voir is the conjugation of voir. Voir is a verb that means to see. So here the noun is chien, that is a dog. So a dog is masculine and it is singular, so we use un. So we have made a sentence, I see a dog is je vois un chien. Next, very important, she is buying an apple. So first of all, our interest is in apple. So apple in French is pomme, pomme, and it is feminine. Because it is a single apple and it is feminine, so we use une, une. So for she, we have L, buy. So for buy, we conjugate the verb achete. Achete means to buy. So our full sentence here becomes Elle achète une pomme. Elle achète une pomme. It means she is buying an apple. So in both the sentences we have successfully used the indefinite article. Let us take one more example. So there are cars in the street. It also means there are some cars because we haven't mentioned the exact number. So for there is or there are in French is il y a. So it becomes il y a des voitures dans la rue. Il y a des voitures dans la rue. So we have already studied here car is voiture and after s means it's plural. So if we want to say a plural noun indefinite or wanna say some, so we use they. So our sentence becomes il y a des voitures dans la rue. Next we have, so this is a negation, quite an advanced one. Try to understand it, try to grasp it. I'll make another video just on the negative sentences. So we have I don't have a car. So for car, as I have already explained, so it is voiture, voiture. So I don't have a car, so this is a negation. So we don't use une here. Instead, we'll be discussing this rule by the end of the video, so stay tuned. So we say je n'ai pas de voiture. Je n'ai pas de voiture. I don't have a car. Okay, we continue. We have some more sentences for you. It is not a car. Now, let us make a sentence. So, car, we already know it's feminine and it's singular. So, we use the indefinite article. So, it becomes une voiture. So, our full sentence becomes ce n'est pas voiture. Ce n'est pas une voiture. Ce n'est pas une voiture. Next we have they are good friends. So for good friends, so friends we have ami and good is bon in this case. So our sentence becomes ce sont de bons amis. Ce sont de bons amis. It means they are good friends. Next, let us move to the definite article. So definite article is similar to what we use the in English. So the is the same as a definite article, whereas in French it is not the case. So we generally, it is for a specific thing, identified noun, or it may also refer to a concept. Now let us take the four forms of le. So four forms of le. So we have for masculine singular, so we use le, le. For feminine, we use la. La. And suppose if we are using a definite article before a vowel or silent H, so we use L apostrophe. So it is irrespective of whether it is masculine or feminine. So next we have the fourth one, that is used for definite article for plural form. So plural form, it is lay. Lay. So now let us make some of the sentences to help us understand the definite article. So here we have, where is the book? Now let us study. A book in French is livre and it is masculine. So as I have already explained that for masculine, definite article singular is le. So the sentence becomes où est le livre? Où est le livre? It means where is the book? Next we have I love music. So if you have watched my last video, so I have explained how we say I love in French. So if you haven't, I'm gonna place a link. So I love music. So music in French is feminine, and if we are talking about the definite article feminine, so we use la. So it becomes j'aime la musique. J'aime la musique. It means I love music. Next we have the friend of Deep is nice. So for a friend, it is ami and it starts with the vowel. So we'll be using L apostrophe ami. So it becomes l'ami. L'ami de Deep est gentil. L'ami de Deep est gentil. It means the friend of Deep is nice. Next we have the cats are sleeping on the sofa. So here the sofa is masculine and it is singular. So we call it as le canapé. Le canapé. So let us make a sentence, the cats. So cats here is, you will be using the definite article with the plural form. So it is les. Les chats dorment sur le canapé. Les chats dorment sur le canapé. It means the cats are sleeping on the sofa. Now in the part 2 of this video, I have something for those who want to study further. So here I am not limiting it to the level A1, A2 or something like that. I am trying to give you complete information related to the definite and indefinite articles. So we generally call in French this thing as pour aller plus loin. It means to go further. So in French, while using the definite article, this is a very common mistake. So we have negative rule. So whenever we are using a negative sentence like ne pas, so we use a, un and they turns into the or d apostrophe for a vowel. So we don't use a, un or they, although we have already made a sentence where I mentioned this rule. Here at the moment I am gonna explain it. So we have I don't have a pen. So I have already said you that a pen is masculine and it is stylo, le stylo. But here we won't be using le stylo. So it's incorrect. For a negative sentence we'll use the. So the sentence becomes je n'ai pas de stylo. Je n'ai pas de stylo. It means I don't have a pen. Now the second rule. So whenever we use an adjective before a noun, so what does it mean? So a noun, let us say friend. Friend is a noun. So whenever something replace a noun, it becomes an adjective. So like good friends. So here friends is a noun, plural one. Good friends. So good is an adjective. So whenever there is an adjective, so we replace they by the. Means we don't take it as a plural form. We write des, no des, and we use the. Let us take an example. They are good friends. So first of all, friends army, good bon, because it is having an adjective before a noun, so we'll be using the, not they. So we have ce sont the bon ami. Ce sont the bon ami. It means they are good friends. So this was all related to the definite and indefinite articles in French. So don't forget to like, subscribe and share French with Deep.